Hey guys, welcome to a new video, and today will be the first episode of a new series, which will be a series about the officers you can put on each troop. So for you in your base you can do your own setup and get advices from those videos. Okay, so today we'll do the video about the infantry. So as you can see on my screen, I've prepared already the field. So I've took the three different camps infantry, which is you have the Liberty 1, you have the Martyr 1, and you have the Vanguard 1. Alright, so as you know, they are not the same, of course. If not, they will not be three different camps. So let's see what's the difference between all of them. Alright, so first we'll start with the infantry. So for the infantry Liberty, let's check their features. Alright, so the unit feature, this is the same for all the infantries from all camps. So this one will be the same for everyone. So as you can see, the counter with your infantry, you can counter super heavy tanks, you can counter main battle tank, medium tank, and also heavy tank. The only things you cannot counter is the rocket launcher and the howitzer. Then for the helicopter and for the helicopter, I think it's quite the same. If not, they will put it as the counter or the countered by, but I don't really know for that one. But yeah, you have those informations. So let's talk about the unit feature. So that's only the unit feature, we're not talking about the camp feature. Alright, so for the unit feature, so there's the bunker mode. So those who don't know what's the bunker mode, I hope that everyone knows what's the bunker mode. But like for example, when you put your troop out, you see the troop just transforms itself into a bunker. And you have also a mode you can put is troop mode. I don't know what, but it's for you if you want to check the health of your infantry or not. And as you know, in the bunker mode, you're like way stronger and way healthier than in troop mode. Alright, so bunker. Infantry can enter bunker mode to reduce incoming damage. 7-star and above infantry can also protect allied ground force troops within 2 maps grid, reducing the damage they take by 3% and can stack up to 12%. So it means, okay, so maybe I've been a bit fast into this reading. So as you can see, so the 7 stars, so it's not about that one. As you can see, there's only 4 stars on that one. So yeah. So 7 stars and above infantry can also protect allied ground force troops. So it means like if you have allies, so if you have allies who comes to help you to fight someone, if your allied troop is within 2 map grid, your allied troop is helped by the infantry buff, which is reducing the damage your allied troop take by 3%, and it can be stacked up to 12%. Alright, so I guess this is if your troop is higher than 7 stars, it goes up and up and up, right? Up to 12%, of course. So 12% is the maximum you can give them. Alright, and then you have the first aid, which is infantry can use first aid to quickly recover HP when not engaged in combat. So the first aid is infantry can use first aid to quickly recover HP when not engaged in combat. So it means you don't need to have an officer, such as for example spanner, so that one. So as you see, the first skill, it's the special skill. So this officer troop automatically recover 1% HP per second while in the field and not in combat. Alright, so it means like you won't need to have this officer to help the troop to heal by itself. Okay, And so for the camp bonus, we have so for the Liberty Infantry is a balanced bonus. So it means more balanced firepower and HP than infantry from other camps. Okay, so you can see the firepower, you can see the HP. Alright, and yeah. Alright, I just go through very fast so you can just read it if you want. Alright, so let's continue and let's go to the second one, which is the Martyr Infantry. Alright, so for the Martyr Infantry is the same unit features. I won't read it again. So yeah, so for the camp bonus you have strong physique, higher HP but lower firepower than infantry from other camps, and enhanced bunkers receive less damage than infantry from other camps while in bunker mode. So it means that this infantry is really reserved as a very tanky, if I can say, a very tanky troop. So which result in the same as the super heavy. Alright, super heavy is very good to attack bases because it's it can take a lot of damage. Okay, so as you can see, it got less firepower than the how you say, the Liberty troop. Alright, and let's talk about the Vanguard troop. So the Vanguard troop and the others on the same level. Alright, so don't count about the firepower. Okay, so for the camp bonus, enhanced firepower, higher firepower but lower HP than infantry from other camps, and it's also a tank killer. Okay, deals more damage to armor units than infantry from other camps. So means it will be a very, how to say, a troop that you mostly play on the battlefield to attack units and not to attack bases, but mostly to attack units. So, and as you've seen for the camp bonus, it's a tank killer, so you'll mostly use it to attack like tanks, and yeah, so it's a very good troop to put in an army group to attack troops only. Okay, alright, let's talk about the officers we can put on it. Alright, so for the officers, so we have that one, so White Wolf. You can get it for free, by the way. You can awaken it for free by doing officers missions. So let me show you. I don't really know if I can show you. Wait, let me check. Oh, I cannot show you, but yeah, you can just do it by doing the missions here. Let me check. No, I can't show you. No, never mind. But yeah, you can get it for free. You can awaken it for free in the officers mission. Okay. So what does this? Oh, sorry. Right. So what does this officers do? So it has a tactical skill. So the preparation time is 8 seconds. So I'll just read it very fast, so, and you can pause it if you want to understand it more. Alright, so tosses anti-armor grenades, dealing damage to an enemy, damage coefficient 1200, yeah, and 30% damage to a random enemy within 2 maps grid. If this officer is in an infantry troop, this skill deals 25% more damage. Alright, so yeah, that's the tactical skill. Alright, let's go to the damage skill. Alright, increase the damage of this officer troop by 15%, and increase the firepower of this officer infantry by 30%. And that one is for the defense skill, which is the increase the damage resist of this officer infantry bunker by 15%. Alright, so what I can conclude, this officer for now it can be on a Liberty because as you can see, it's got offense, and also protection, so it's very balanced. And so yeah, the awakened skill is just a skill that is boosted from the first tactical skill. Alright, so yeah, So the best you can do is to put this officer for now in the Liberty Infantry, because it's got more balanced features and skills. Alright, let's talk about another one. But as you can see, there's also 2 offensive skills, so which means that you can also use it at as a vanguard infantry. But I won't recommend to put it on the martyr infantry, because as you've seen on the features, the martyr infantry's got more HP than others, and in bunker mode it's healthier. Alright, so let's move on to let me check that one. Alright, so for that one, alright, so preparation time 8 seconds. So throws explosive charges dealing damage to an enemy, damage coefficient 600. If this officer is in an infantry troop, the skill deals 35% extra damage to bases and fortifications. Alright. Increase the damage dealt by this officer troop by 10% when attacking fortifications. For the protection damage, increase the HP of this officer troop by 35%, but reduce its speed by 5%. That one is a very good skill. Yeah, I'll show you a bonus after it. Alright, so for the offense skill, increase the firepower of this officer infantry by 10%, increase infantry firepower by an extra 4% when in bunker mode. Okay. And what's the awakened skill? So it's also a skill booster. Okay. And so for this officer, as you can see, there is 2 good offense skill, but there is also one very good protection skill, which is to increase the HP of this officer troop by 35%, but reduce its speed by 5%. Alright. But as you can see here, it also deals 35% extra damage to bases and fortifications. So means that one can be a good vanguard officer. Okay. Alright, let's move on. This is of course only my opinion, so feel free to change it by yourself. Okay, let's move on to that one. Alright, let's talk about her. So, her tactical skill is preparation time 8 seconds. This officer's troop gain a shield coefficient 750 for 4 seconds. If this officer is in an infantry troop, the shield coefficient is increased by 25%, right? So it's quite the same as Steel Fighter for the first one, but it's for the infantry. Okay, sorry. So for the protection skill, of course that one is level 2. So reduce the skill damage this officer's troop take by 16%. For the protection skill is increase the HP of this officer infantry by 3% and their blast damage by the blast resist by 20%. And the special skill is whenever this officer infantry troop enters combat, increase the firepower of this officer troop and up to 2 nearby friendly troop by 3% for 15 seconds. Okay, and increase the damage resist of this officer infantry by 10%. For every 10 HP they lose, the damage resist is increased by an extra 5% up to 20%. Alright, so it means this officer is very good for army groups, because as you can see on the special skill here and also the protection skill, so it means you can use it for between the martyr, because if you want to form an army group only to attack bases, you can. If you do so, then I recommend you to put it only on the martyr, because your main goal will be to attack bases with it. But if you want to use the skill, which is the special skill, which is that whenever this officer infantry troop enters combat, increase the firepower of this officer troop and up to 2 nearby friendly troops by 3 seconds for 15 seconds. So yeah, I let you choose between the Vanguard and Martyr troop. Let's put it for the Martyr one because that one's got no officers for now. Where is it? Okay, where's she? Okay, okay. Let's move on to the new one. Alright, so that one, the Angel of Light. So she's a healer, as you can see. She's a nurse, so I guess she's a healer. So for the tactical skill, the preparation time is 8 seconds, administers battlefield first aid, healing their troop, healing coefficient 250 per second for the next 4 seconds. If this officer is an infantry troop, this skill heals 13% extra HP. Okay. So for the protection skill, increase the damage resist of this officer troop by 5%. Protection skill, increase the HP of this officer infantry by 10%, and for the protection skill, increase the blast damage resist of this officer troop by 20%. And for the tactical skill, for the awakened skill is a new skill, which is a passive skill. So when this officer infantry troop is attacked by a skill, there is 75% chance to reduce damage taken by 35%. Can be triggered 1 times every 5 seconds. So that one is a crazy officer. To be honest, it's a very underrated officer because that one is a generation 1 officer. The one I showed you, for example the last one, that one is a generation 3 officer, and that one is a generation 2 officer. That one also is a generation 1 officer. But yeah, so it's also underrated officer. I don't see it often on the battlefield, but it's a very good officer. Alright, so for this officer, I think you can already see it, but it's gonna be for the Martyr infantry, because as you've seen, there's a lot of protection skills here, and also it heals a lot the troop, so which is very good to tank for a base attack. Alright, let's move on. So we have this one. This is the Lonesome Star. Sorry, very difficult to pronounce for me. Alright, so for the tactical skill, the first skill deals damage to. Preparation time 8 seconds. Deals damage to an enemy. Damage coefficient 600. If this officer is an infantry troop, this skill also plants landmines around their troop. These mines also have a 50% chance to deal damage. Damage coefficient 300 to an enemy troop within 2 maps grid, up to 3 enemy troops. Alright, so it means it can attack multiple troops with this tactical skill. Alright, so for the special skill, when this officer troop is attacked, it has 30% chance to gain a shield coefficient 200 for 2 seconds, can be triggered once every 8 seconds. For the protection skill, increase the HP of this officer infantry by 16% and their blast damage resist by 13%, sorry. And for the offense skill, if this officer is an infantry troop, increase the skill damage of all officers in their troop by 13%. That one is crazy because it can goes up to 30%. Alright, and the awakened skill, which is a new skill, this officer infantry take 10% less skill damage while the infantry troop is in bunker mode. Allies within the troops cover range besides fortifications. So means if your allies are touching this infantry troop, so means like 1 k's apart, yeah, gain another 2% reduction to incoming damage. That one is crazy, and I think you already know the answer for that one. That one will go for the Vanguard troop, because as you've seen, it's a very like attacking, like attack troop. Just by taking the first one, you can already know that it's a attacking officer. Alright, let's put it. Alright, let's move on to let me check. That one, no, it's for no. Oh yeah, that one. So that one. So it's also infantry. It's a beer. I don't know why it's a beer. I think that's the first officer that is an animal. Let me check. Yeah, that's the first officer that is not a human. I mean, the others are not really human. I'm not really sure about like the others. Let me check. I think, yeah, no, they are all humans. There's only that one which is a beer. Yeah, alright. So let's talk about the skills. So tactical skill, preparation time 8 seconds, increase the damage of this officer troop by 17% and its normal attack damage by 30% for 8 seconds. Okay. Increase the firepower of this officer infantry by 13%. Okay. The special skill, the attack of this officer infantry troop slow its targets, reducing the target speed by 10% for 4 seconds. This effect can be triggered once every 4 seconds. And for the balance skill, increase the damage of this officer troop by 3% and its damage resist by 3%. Okay, and the last one, which is the overcome skill, the attack of this infantry troop have a 20% chance to deal skill damage to its targets. Damage coefficient 600. This effect can be triggered once every 8 seconds. Alright, so that one will go to usually the Vanguard one. So let's check if we cannot move one troop. I think that one, the captain of this, so Iron Bastion, can move to the first one because it's also a very balanced one. Look, that one's got okay, so that one is got fortifications, so it means it can also attack bases, and it also got a protection skill, which is a very good skill, which is 35% more HP. Alright, so let's just move it to that one. By the way, okay guys, just to let you know, when you have, for example, I have this officer, level 56, right? So what's the meaning of the level? It's not about the skills, okay? Because the skills you can already have all the skills and awaken an officer if the officer is higher than level 30, alright? But it's not about the level, it's about, look, let me show you here. Yeah, look, increase troop firepower by 28% when deployed as its captain. Alright, and look at it. Increase the troop firepower by 30% when deployed as a captain. So you see, it's very different. 28%, 30%, 20%, 30%. Alright. So yeah, don't forget to. So I'll remove that one, and I'll put the new officer, which is the one we talked about, which is that one, and we'll put back the White Wolf. So for that one, if you remember, we were talking about that one and the beer. Alright, I think. Alright. So that's the officers I'll advise you to put on your infantry troops. So that one is if you want to just like play battlefield and also want to attack bases. So by the way, this is what I'm going to do. I have a Liberty tree, a Liberty infantry, and this will be my this will be my tank. I mean my officer. That's why I've upgraded already. Alright. So then, if you want to use the martyr troop, which is to attack mostly bases because it's got healthier. It got healthier. It's just healthier than the others. Alright. So that one is mostly to attack bases. So to tank for your artillery and for your allies to attack. And the final one, which is the tank one, and this troop will be used to go on the battlefield and attack troops, and mostly attack tanks, as you've seen in the description of the camp bonus. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I'll do more videos, and I will do more videos about the other troops. So it can be, for example, MBT, like so main battle tank, can be also for helicopters, and also can be for the rocket, the anti-tank gun, and also for the rocket launcher, sorry. Alright guys, that's it for today, and thank you so much for watching my videos. And yeah, let's just just have a good day guys.